G'day, champion. How you doing? Welcome back to Murphy's Magic Stumped. Today, I have an absolute beautiful episode for you today. It's a sneak peek of something awesome coming. Today, we are checking out The Button by Chris James, and I can't wait to get into it with you. I'm so excited. And guess what? As a special little treat for you, I have Chris James in the studio, so to speak. Chris, all the way from America, buddy. How you doing, mate?
Hey, man, I'm here. It's staying dry. It's raining outside, but I'm excited.
Mate, it's a little bit of UK
get on here and talk
there.
about it.
It's good. Yeah, stay inside.
It is,
Like,
but
get
I love
toasty, get warm. But before we get into today's episode, I'm so sorry, Chris. I do want to tell everyone about this week's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the sensory bundle, stick around till later on in this episode. I'll show you how to enter that very competition. Now, Chris, let's get into today's episode. Let's dive in, baby.
Good. I'm just super excited for this to finally come out and to talk about it, but I've been good, man.
Mate, I'm so excited for this. I remember you showing me this donkeys years, well, probably not donkeys years ago, months and months ago. And I think you've showed it a few people, and we've been asking you when it's coming. And when you told me, it was literally last week, you said, this is finally coming out. I was like, let's do something. And we shared it out. We teased it a little bit, but we did have a couple of people ask. I probably have heard maybe 15 people ask. Literally, I put up on Instagram maybe an hour ago, any questions that people want to see. And I had people say, when is this coming out? It's coming out Thursday, the 16th. I just checked my calendar there.
What time does it come out?
7:30.
I think it's 7:30.
7:30 a.m. West Coast time. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and now I want to start. We do stumped episodes when we get into a full performance, but I want to do another full performance. We had a full performance go up on. So for those that don't know what the button is, we had a full performance go up on Sunday, but we had quite a few other people want to see a new full performance, like an uncut routine. So we're going to get into that now to show you exactly what you can do with the button. So we're going to roll that clip. Is that cool, Chris?
Let's roll it.
Let's roll it,
I'm
baby.
Excited. Do it.
Hey.
Brilliant. So, what's your name?
Lachlan.
Nice to meet you, Lachlan. And
Jamie.
Right. I'm going to show you the greatest card trick of all time, and it revolves around this. This is a magic button. Every time, Jamie, every time you press that button, magic happens. Which I know sounds ridiculous, but it's true. It's a magic button. I'm going to prove it to you. You are in charge of the button. Do not press it until I say. Your job is to pick a card. Now, before I start, if you want to give these cards a mix, you want to check them out with a reel, you can do, or you can let me shuffle them. It's up to you. Have a look at them. You obviously don't trust me. I don't blame you. Never trust a magician. We're paid to cheat for a living. Excellent. Ideally, Lachlan, when you finish shuffling them, if you could put them back in the original order, that makes the trick so much better and easier for me, to be perfectly honest. You're not going to do that. That's fine. Perfect. I'll give them one shuffle as well. Now, your job is to pick a card. But you're going to pick a number card, not a picture card. So not a jack, not a queen, not a king. Any card with a number on. All right? So I'll spread them out so you can see them. Take a number card. Now, whatever you do, don't show me, because that's not a good trick. That's rubbish. You can show Jamie, show the camera, don't show me. And then I'm going to give you a pen. And you're going to make this card unique by writing your name on the face of the card. Not on the back, on the face. Not on your face, on the face of the card. Just to be clear. Big letters on the card, write your name. There you go. And underneath, if you could put your bank account number and social security number, that would be amazing. And then when you're done, we will continue. There we go. So now that card is unique, unless you have a habit of signing playing cards, and that would be weird, let's be honest. So you put that card back there. We'll leave that card down in the middle of the deck so it goes somewhere, and I will give the cards a few cuts to make sure it really is lost. Now, what you're about to see, don't even know if that was your card. Was that would have been amazing. Was that your card?
No.
Would have been good. Right, so here's what I'm going to do. Somewhere in here is your card. Now, I could find your card by using sleight of hand, which would take me years and years and years of practice, or I could use the button. I'm going to take one card out the pack and one card only. This card right here, the Jack of Hearts. Is that your card?
No.
One down, 51 to go. It's a long trick. It takes a while. Most magicians do this face down, Jamie. I'm going to do it face up. I'm going to try and turn this card into your card. When you press the button, it will happen. Watch the card. Press the button, Jamie. Here. And that's when that jack turns right there into your card with your name on it.
Oh my God.
Now that is not real magic. Real magic looks like this. Take half the cards for me. There you go. And spread them out face down like this, parallel to the floor. Perfect. And I'm going to put this 5, your card, right there into the pack. Can you give them one shuffle for me? And then when you've shuffled, put them right there on the packet on the table. Just on there. Very good. Now this time we're going to find your card in an even more amazing way. Are you ready? Yeah. Press the button, Jamie. That's it. Do you know what happens when you press the button? Your card vanishes from the deck. Even though you shuffled that card into the back yourself, it vanishes. I can tell that Jamie doesn't believe me, but it really has gone. That card vanishes from the deck. It does 6 somersaults invisibly, and even though the box has been on the table the whole time, look at that, Lachlan, there's one card underneath the box. Turn it over. That is your card. Now, here's what people think I do. They think I use sleight of hand. They think that I take that 5, pop it down on the table right there, and when you're not looking, I put the box on top. Now, you didn't think I did that, because I don't. I use the button. Watch. You press the card, put the card in the middle, press the button. That's it, just once. Up in the air, 6 somersaults. Works every time. Turn it over, have a look.
No.
Do you see this, the 5? Do you see the signature there, Lachlan? You see the signature, yeah? This is crazy. Every time you press the button, a different thing happens. Watch the card. Look, Jamie, I'm going to put it in the middle. Say, press the button. Do you know what happens when you press the button that time? Did you see it go? No, the entire deck. Look under the box. Look under the box, Lachlan. What?
No.
Yes!
Legit.
Look, Lachlan, there's nothing under the box, right? Put your finger gently on top. I'm going to put the card, keep it there so I can't get anything under there, you see. I'm going to put the card down in the middle, and it's still going to go under the box. No. Now, if you think I've cheated, you can have a very tiny peek underneath. I'm a little bit offended by that, Lachlan, whatever. Keep the finger there, press the button. If I told you the card was under the box now, would that be good?
Yeah.
Have a look. Yeah, that would have been good. I'm not that good. But you know what happened when you pressed the button?
What?
Now, there's one card inside the box.
Stop.
In the box. Take it. Turn it over.
Stop.
Well, every trick needs a big finish. We'll do it one more time. Press the button. Did you see it go that time, Lachlan? No. Did you see it go, Jamie? Look, not the card, the entire deck. And the reason is your card, the entire deck. There was one card in here a second ago, but now that would be every single card in. You look very confused about this whole scenario, right?
You got me good, hey. This is the best magic I've seen.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to try it one last time because, you know, I can keep putting the card in the box forever, but we need a big finish. Very quickly shuffle those cards for me again, Lachlan. You happy? You good? When you've done that, hold them. I don't even want to touch them. Hold them in your hand as if you're about to deal a game of poker, yeah? Now, you could have shuffled the card to the top. Make sure that's not the top card. It's not your card. No? Watch. And there's nothing in the box, right, Jamie?
No.
Okay. We'll put the box right there. Nothing in the box. Nothing under the box. One more time, Jamie. Press the button. Oh, God. Press it again. One more time. It's meant to be a beep. It's meant to. Is it under the box? Is it inside the box?
No.
Is it on bottom of the? That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You broke my button.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's my fault. I shouldn't have picked you. Do you know what happens when the button breaks, though?
No.
You have no idea.
No.
You've been pressing this button the whole time, right?
Yes.
Check this out. Look, if I unscrew the button, there's a card in there, Jamie. One card only. Lachlan, this card has been inside the button that Jamie has been holding on to from the very beginning. This would be impossible.
Oh my god.
What? Fuck. No.
I don't know. Hey, this is wild.
Oh my god.
I'm lost for words.
Well,
That is.
no idea. But I tell you what, I want to say thank you for helping, and you can keep that as a souvenir there, Lars, for you.
Thank you so much. Holy shit.
That was amazing. I don't know how that happened.
That was insane, man. That's a gorgeous performance. It's a long routine, but there's so much filled in and compacted into this routine. Before we kind of like dissect that and break that down a little bit, I know one of the questions we had on Instagram was the button idea. How did you come up with this? Can you tell us a little bit about the history?
Yeah, oh, totally. So I got into magic about 6 or 7 years now. And one of the first magic ideas I wrote in my notebook was a magic button that makes the magic happen. And I don't even know if I knew what that meant at the time. I just knew that I had done a couple performances and I had the spectator snap and it was just awkward. I don't know if you've ever done that thing where they snap, they don't really like it. It's kind of, I don't know. I just wanted them to feel what I was feeling for the first time, which is this like amazing feeling of magic. And I was like, how can we bring it to them? Can't sit there and teach them a trick, but what if we make them feel like they're having the magic happen? They're doing it. And that's what the magic button was. It wasn't what it is now. It was just an idea. It was supposed to be like a little keychain thing that you do. And it kind of sat there for a couple of years. And then I started to really think about it. And then it's funny, I brought it to Craig Petty and I showed him and he showed me his magic button card deck that was in development of being made, right? So we kind of talked and mine's a physical thing and there's more you can do with it that are different things you can do with his different. There's actually at some point maybe a combo coming where you can combine both of them. That Craig was talking about. But anyways, I thought it was a really fun idea. He loved it. And then I saw João Miranda come up one day and saying, if you have a trick, send it in. And I wasn't going to. And then I said, you know what? Let me just show him. Because I had notes and I had drawings and I had a way this was going to work. And I sent it into him and he just wrote back like literally almost immediately and said, I love this idea. Give me some time, I'll do it. And then I swear 2 weeks later, we had the first prototype of the button. And that was almost 2 years ago. And then we have been through so much over the past 2 years to get it where it's at. Because it's not just a simple button you can get on Amazon for $10 or $15. There's a lot going on with this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it was. I wanted to give the power of the magic to the spectator. That's what I wanted. And give the magician, because I was really nervous performing, I wanted something that would allow my nerves to go down a little bit. And when you put a big red button down, it's just built-in misdirection, man. It just gives you the opportunity to do whatever. And I love when people are creative. And there's honestly nothing more that I own personally now that you can be more creative with, because you can create anything you want with this, adapt it to any routine. We'll get into that in a minute, like later, but that's it. That's where it kind of came from.
That's one of the things I loved about when I first saw it, because I saw the button and then when it had the audio playthrough, I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is taking that pressure off you. It's giving it to the spectator, adding a really fun element. And then the kicker at the end kicked me straight in the face. I loved that so much. But before we get into all of that, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I'm getting excited. Let's dial it back.
Well, one more thing I wanted to say.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, because I this is important, I think. The mystery card aspect of the button didn't come until later, but I started to see all these mystery cards and all of them had the mystery card box on display. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's been a classic for years, right? But I saw Tommy Wonder do his the ring box one, right? And I thought, wow, this is like taking it to a whole different level. That's when I was like, because I had on there in my notes, I had magic button, and then further down I had mystery card box, but I didn't know what to do with it. And then one day I just looked and I was like, oh, if you combine those two, this is amazing. And that's when that came into be. The funny thing is the sounds, I had it as a note, as an idea, but I never thought it would come true because I felt like that was too much. Zhao also had that idea and surprised me with the sound without even knowing that that's what I wanted. So that's the end of the history. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that you kind of like Zhao's mind and collabed. Not only you go to him with a release, he like developed on it and worked on it with you. That's really cool. I love that.
Very, very, very. I mean, I call him, he is literally the James Bond of magic. That's my nickname for him.
He is.
Seriously.
Such a great mind. So clever. So clever.
Mm-hmm.
I know we are going to get questions about this. So do you mind showing everyone what you actually get inside the box? So a little unboxing, a little ASMR, if you will, if you want to.
Yeah. So there is the actual packaging, right? You'll get to see that when you get it. But this is my favorite thing. Check this out. If you're a worker, if you're traveling, the button comes in its own little case.
That's cool.
Isn't that beautiful, though?
That is really cool.
This is a hard soft shell case. So it's soft, but it's actually hard too.
Uh-huh.
So you open it up. And we're just going to go through it all.
Yeah.
You get the button. I mean, it looks amazing here, right? I mean, I love opening up a good magic strip that's packed well.
The detail in the fabric inside, it just looks so beautiful. It looks elegant. And it kind of...
Sorry, go ahead.
It catches your eye, like to have that, pull that out at a table, I guess, and then pull the case out and then pull the button out. That's going to get people's attention.
Yeah.
What is this?
So number one is you get the button, right? Which there it is. It clicks. It does everything it's supposed to. I'm going to turn that sound off. We have all the little holes on there. So the sound is good for loud environments, right? That's important for us. I'm just going to go because I love this kind of stuff, but this clicker here, the thing, it was really important that this worked for in the hands. So it doesn't need to be on the table. Spectator can have it. They can have it sideways. It's going to always click. That was hard to get it to work right, but it does, which is very cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is made up of a high dense material. So if it drops, you could have it on a bar. And if it gets wet, there's no electronics down here. So it's not going to, you're not going to ruin it. I did a lot of testing on this. That's what Zhao said after this. He's like, I'm going to send you all my products to do the extreme testing that you do. Anyways, so in here, you open it up. There's where your reveal will be. And we have a highly engineered switch device with this. I don't want to show it here, but we'll show some videos.
Yep.
Because that's the one thing I want magicians to have. I don't want spectators to come find this video and how that all goes. Anyways, it's in here. It's extremely well engineered. This button is made up of so many pieces, but it's put together so well. And you got your electronics up here so you can make your sounds. And that's where we're going to get into the other part of this, which is what else is in the case here. And that's this, which is a micro SD card reader, which is so beautiful because it allows you to change sounds, and you can put your own sounds. If you want, you could put an audio book on this button, right? That's pretty cool. And you can make a laughing sound, a farting noise. There's one routine where it's every time the button is pressed, if they're telling the truth, it will say truth. If they're lying, the button won't work. So that's really cool. And then you get a charging cable and the micro SD card. And of course, we're going to teach how to do all that. And then we get this remote control, which is the name of the button isn't because of this. It's because of this. This is the button because this is the button that makes it all happen. This is a wireless remote that you have total control of when that button works and doesn't work. And easy battery changing. We thought of all of it, man. And it's really great material. We made this in-house as well to be perfect. Silent, doesn't make noise, but it's super easy to click when it's like through your pants.
That's sick. That's sick. I love that so much. Do you mind if we dive into the device itself and like the, let's start with the sounds. Are there preloaded audio on the device already, straight out of the box?
Yeah. Yes. When you first get the device, there'll be a sound, and you can. Craig uses that sound to this day. It's his sound. He loves it. He doesn't change it. But on the tutorial, I teach you how to get any sound you want. There are sounds that we have for routines. I have buzzers and music, and if you don't want to go through the whole process of making your own, I got them at the tutorial at the bottom of the page. But there's a 2-minute video that teaches you how to do your own sounds from your phone, from your computer. And if you watched it, go through it, you can add literally any sound that's an MP3 file. And if you were to add a sound to the button, Bo, what would you add?
I would probably, I'd probably add like some like crickets chirping, because I tell a lot of bad jokes. So I'd have that as like
that's a good idea
for the audience. Yeah, for the audience member to like, whenever I'm doing a routine and I crack a joke. Probably a lot of people watching this right now that probably think that I would be clicking that button for the crickets. But that's straight off the top of
really
the head.
good.
Yeah.
I love it. So you would be able to just go and get an MP3 file of crickets. You know, I teach you where to find them all. I teach you how to make them. And then you literally just put it on your SD card and you know, plug in we teach it all. It's literally a minute process. That's and you can switch your, you can do it at a gig too if you really needed to. That's what's good. I'm not saying you can do it from table to table, but you know, you want to go to your gig with it set up, but it's available if you need it, you know, need to do it that way. But reset on it is instant. Okay, Craig does it right in front of them as he put everything together. You know, it's done. That's cool. Yeah, so that was important.
Is there one, like, can you only have one audio sound effect at a time, or can you have multiple?
So no, you can actually have multiple. So because it's an audio file, you can do a bunch of different things. And this is where I really want the community to come in and blow my mind, because you could do things with. Remember, if it's an audio file, you can have it ding or do something when they press. And then 10 seconds later, without them pressing it, it can ding again on its own, which could be like a ghost routine for Halloween, right? So you can set up audio files to, I'm not going to get too much into it here because it's a whole process, but you can set up audio files to go one after the other. But there's a trick to it. You know, there's a trick to it. It's really meant to play your one sound when you hit the button, and then whenever the trick ends, it's not working, right? That's the trick. The button's broke, but it just happens to do the extra things where you can add a sound. So you can basically do a trick where I was talking to David Jonathan last night, and one of the tricks he wants to do is they deal down these cards, and the like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 makes the same noise, and then on their card, the seventh card, it makes a different noise, and that's their card, type of thing. I mean, it's more complex than that, but you could totally do that kind of stuff. Again, that's where I want to see what the community does with it, because that's the thing I'm most excited about. Is because I've been having everyone from good friends to legends in this industry messaging me, telling me what they're going to do with this on stage, in Parlor, and just the fact that they're even messaging me about this thing blows my mind, dude. You want your peers to be excited for, you know what I mean?
That's what I like about it. It's not condensed just to like that one audio. The fact you can have your own audio, you have that versatility to adapt and change it to whatever you want. To, like you said, put an audio book on there. You can make. I know there's other audio devices that have sound effects that you can only do 5 to 10 seconds. The fact that you can put like decently long clips on this is phenomenal. I love this. This is sick.
My friend Kevin Aust, he's doing it's like a 45-second song where it's all the magic songs, where it's like, do you believe in magic? And that's his, you know, his routine. But this is important, and I don't know, Bo, if afterwards you could put this up on the screen. I have the Facebook group is completely open to anybody who wants to join. I'm not blocking it because I just want you to see what you're getting. You know, I really think it's important these days to just know what you're buying, see what you're getting, right? Yeah. And join the Facebook group. We'll put the link up.
The link will be in the description as well for this video. The whole kit and caboodle will all be in there for anyone.
Yeah, and what's nice about that is you share routines, and we'll share and upload sounds. You know, all the files will be there, and I have some really cool, just amazing creators in there that are going to be sharing some cool stuff with their ideas. So that's important. And if you don't own the button and you want to join and see what's going on with the button, just come in. You know?
Yeah, just check it out, like you said,
and join.
That's cool. See what everyone's the hype is about, what everyone's excited about, the buzz inside the Facebook group. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, we did mention that it is coming out on Thursday, the 16th at 7:30 a.m. West Coast time.
Was it Friday or Thursday? I'm just kidding. Thursday.
Thursday, baby.
Yeah.
It's coming out Thursday at 7:30. If you're watching this come Tuesday, Wednesday, it's not available yet. But as of Thursday, I will put a link in the description. So as soon as it comes available, I'll come back to this video and throw a link up in the description. And you can pick it up from your favorite magic shop or anywhere you want to pick up magic. If you are, link in the below, you can get it for $99. And you need a skill level of a beginner magician. Yeah. For the versatility. And
the price.
The beautiful, I love the case that it comes in, the electronics that's built into this. And like you said, the R&D that's been put into this for years comes into this device. So $99 is a steal. And you need a skill level of a beginner magician to perform.
A 0. We literally did beginning to, there's sleight of hand, and then there's ones where you don't have to use the switch. We wanted to go from beginning to end. I'm sorry, you can keep talking, but that was important.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it starts a beginner, but you can take it up to advanced skill levels. It just gives you that range of where you want to take this in your routines. And that's kind of what I want to get into now, if you don't mind, the tutorial itself. Now, normally the tutorials I've seen on Jow releases, Jow Miranda's doing the tutorial. This isn't the case in this one, is it?
No. It's Mr. Craig Petty.
And it's shot. Yeah. Did Craig Petty shoot it? Did Craig Petty go to Jow's studio to shoot this? Or
he did.
He did. So he traveled across the waters to shoot this with Jow Miranda. I love this.
Yeah. And I got to say this before anything with Craig is when I came to him, the funny thing is when I started working on it, I really originally created it when I was really getting into like the design of how I wanted it. I had kind of challenged myself to create a magic trick for Craig, and Craig is a good friend. He's a mentor. So I thought it would be fun to share with him, show him. Anyways, when we were bringing this to Jow, and it was kind of coming together, he was like, who would be so great on this is Craig Petty. And I said, yeah, I agree. I mean, let me talk to him. And he's like, wait, you could talk to him? And I said, we'll talk to him and see what he says. I got on the phone with him and I said, Craig, and before I was even done, he was like, anything for you, buddy. What do I need to do? Where do I need to be? And I'm going to say this because I talked to Craig about if this was okay. Jow offered to pay him and Craig said no. He said no. He said, just get my flight, get me there. If we can get it done in 2 days, I'll do it. And I know this isn't about Craig, but I don't think the button would even be because Craig was such a huge push for me to even start creating magic. He's the reason I create magic. I literally would have never started bringing this stuff out if it wasn't for Craig pushing me. So I owe a lot to him. But yeah, Craig, he did it for nothing.
Craig's amazing. Yeah. I saw his comments on this, and even when you were working on this, I remember chatting to Craig at Blackpool, and he was so excited about this. He's like, have you seen Chris's The Button? I was like, yeah. He showed me like a video. We kind of like fanboyed out about it a little bit. He's so passionate about magic, and you could tell that with this, the way he was just wanted to be involved any way he could. So so much.
He wanted to be a part of it. He was honored, and we got him there. And anyways, about the routines, we got on the phone, me and Craig, for like 6 hours, and we just jammed out ideas, just everything. Because here's the beautiful thing, and I'll say it: this could be adapted to any routine that you want. That's what this is. When you look at these live performances, you don't have to do any that there's 25, I think. You can adapt it to We actually have a routine where it's twisting the aces. We have one where you're the AGT or BGT judge, and it's a prediction with names. We have one where there's a blank card that ends up inside money, lie detectors. But if you have a routine where we have ACRs, where you have a coin routine where, the coins travel across, you can use it for this, with this. And that's where I think this shines. It's great to have and practice your routines with and share your routines with people. That's why I want to see them in the Facebook group, because I want to see what people come up with. But that's where this means the most to me, is when these routines start to be shared, regardless of the ones Craig had put on there. And I could talk a little bit about the ones that you want to talk about the tutorial? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I would love to know about generally what the tutorial is, like how long it goes for, what people are going to learn. People, what they would expect.
No, totally. So we have the tutorial set, and it was important for me because anytime I put something out or have my name on something, I want it to be the way that I would want it to be when I was watching. I don't want to watch a tutorial that's a 9-hour block and there's no, even with the, I want to see it broken down. And we did that. Everything is broken down video by video. We even tell you there's parts where we do a slight section where it's all the color changes, all the slights, Craig says, skip it. If you know this stuff, skip this next, 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, and you don't, because we know as magicians, we know how to do certain things. If you've been in, you have your favorite color changes, your favorite, all that stuff. I won't get into exact words, but we know as magicians. Yeah. And then there's a few things on me where I teach the switches, which are great for social media and great for live performances. My buddy Adam Aldred came up with a switch that still blows my mind. That's taught on there in complete detail. Craig goes over his switches because Craig's a worker. So he's using different switches than I would. So there's like 9 switches. And then there's just tutorials, like I said, from beginning to end. First thing we got on the call, we both agreed. I said, I want a card to button that doesn't require any switching. Just there's the card is forced, they open it up, spectator opens it, and the card's folded up. Do you know what I mean? Very basic. And then it goes into one step next, which is card and button, sign card and button. And then it goes into way more complicated stuff. And then, so there's a lot of everything on there. There's some troubleshooting stuff, and then the history and crediting, which anyone who buys a button, please watch the first part, because it's so important for when you're setting up your button to set it up correctly. The last thing you want to do is start messing with it before you watch the tutorial. It's just really important with this. It may look simple at first. Ja will literally talk for 2 hours about this thing. He had said to me that some of the stuff in this was the hardest stuff that he had worked on last year. And this guy brought out a floating phone. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways, that's basically it.
That's great. That's a lot of information you're going to cover in this. One thing I do want to get into, this is going to lead on to this, and we've already had people ask questions. I think we had 2 people ask questions. Once was a DM when we've put up the performance on Sunday, is what kind of restrictions with performers. So this is obviously perfect for walk around, table hopping magicians. This will play perfectly. It'll play perfect for like social media, TV. But what about stage, parlor? Like, can you tell us a little bit about the performance styles and who's going to get the biggest kicks out of this, and how can people adapt this for different genres of magic?
Absolutely. So I'm not a stage performer or a parlor, but I've talked to people that are going to be using it for stage, that are well-established stage magicians, parlor magicians, and they're going to use it for certain things. So if they're saying that they can use it for that, then I'm trusting that they have their ideas of what they're going to use it for. But I think it would be perfect for if you're up on stage, right? And because it's like an AGT red buzzer, you know what I mean? So that parlor would be nice. Walk around would be nice. There was a point where you needed to have it on a table for it to work, but me and Ja were like, we're not, we want it to be walk around as well, where you're just, handing it out and passing it along to different, because you can do funny things, right? Like just something I thought of now is you can have it so the wife presses it and it works, but when the husband goes to do it, it doesn't work, right? So you can create funny moments and kind of relax the environment. So yeah, it's really, I can't really think of anything that would be. I mean, you can even mess with the volumes of it with the audio files, so it can even be in a loud environment. I mean, Craig has live performances where he's in bars where it's really loud and had no issues. I really don't. I'm going to say it this way, but I really don't see any limitations. I really don't.
I'm seeing that right now. You're actually struggling to find a place where you couldn't perform this.
Yeah.
Like it's a general all-around good piece of magic. The only way you wouldn't be able to do this is underwater, maybe,
Yes.
So if you're a scuba diving magician.
No water.
Water. It's electronics.
Yeah. But we did make it so it can sit in a bar top and get wet. You just don't want water coming down.
Yeah. That's great. That's sick. Actually, we didn't do that at the beginning.
Okay. Oh, can I show you one little more detail that I just love, that we love? So one of the things that I was messing around with when I was doing this and testing it 5 million times was I would open it and I would be ready to do the switch and I'd have to figure out where the card is going to activate. You'll know what it means when I get it. And it was a struggle. So I called Zhao and I said, we need to put a little knob. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but we need to put a little knob on there so you don't have to look. So I know when I pick this up, I can feel that. I know switch is ready to go when I open this. Craig says it's the single most important thing on this entire button as a worker. So I'm not a worker, but I thought about the workers.
He's a worker.
And Zhao, he is. And Zhao said he was thinking about the same thing. So there was a lot of times where Zhao was thinking it and I was thinking it, and we just kind of came together and got it to where it was.
Like you said, it's been a lot of years of R&D and hard work put into this. Little knob bit you put on it, just that just came together to make sense and be able to work for magicians. Because you're going to put that out if you hadn't have thought of it. A years down the track, like, I wish there was a way for me to know that the switch was ready to go.
Can I say something about the switch? Actually,
I would love to show the videos.
I don't think I mentioned it. Yeah. Well, one thing with the switch is I know you're going to see a lot of videos where it's red cards. You can do blue cards, but you can do bills. You could put a bill in there. You can do blank. You can even do coins. There's a way to do coins. So you can't do like a Lego man, but there's other things you can do. So if you have ideas for that, again, share it in the Facebook group. You can put other, objects basically instead of just playing cards. So
let's see one of the switches right now that people will be able to do. Well, it looks invisible. When you showed me this, I was like, this looks amazing. So this is one of the switches that you can do with the button. That just looks so good. I love watching that clip. I love watching that clip.
That was actually an earlier prototype, and the switch is actually smoother now.
Oh, really?
Than when that was. That was like 3 prototypes ago. When you might notice in the thing, if you look at yours, the bass is even different. But yeah, that was cool. Like one of the first things I was like, oh, you know what? You could do torn and restored. I mean, right there, right? Like that's another thing you can do.
The possibilities are endless for this. And then this is one of the other switches that I really wanted to show. This is Craig Petty actually demoing in Zhao's studio of another switch. Would you say you could do with it? Let's see the clip.
Just unscrew it. I've put the lid here and I go, look, this card has been inside there from the very, very beginning. Right from the very beginning.
Yeah, because I showed that to people and people were like, what happened there? People think it was like,
you can't.
Yeah, yeah, it looks so good.
It's a switch. He came up with that switch, and he's like I said, I'm saying a million times, he's a worker. He's a great worker. He wanted a way to switch it as he was passing it to the spectator, and I mean, at first I thought he was literally joking with me when he was doing it. I was like, how are you even doing that? And then he showed me, and he wanted me to tell you guys, if he can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So because he always tells them that, like, he's not. When it comes to doing that kind of stuff with devices, he struggles with it. He'll openly say it. So he's like, it's easy enough for me to do it. And it is. It's a simple switch. And yeah.
It's so good. It's so clever.
That's just two. Just two. But I want to save some for the people that, get it.
Oh, if we were to show, because you sent me a lot of clips to get prepared for today. If I were to put all those clips up here, we'd be here till 2027, man. So... leave some for the people of the Facebook group, people of the share, people to talk about. Again, the possibilities are pretty much endless with this thing, and I can't wait for everyone to get theirs and play with it and come up with some really cool ideas themselves. Now, I did. Sorry, go.
No, it's not. It's not a. I don't look at it as a. You're buying like an individual magic trick. It's a utility device. Is really how I've. Yeah, that's the perfect word.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, there's like torn and restored cards. You can have it changed to what bills. There's mentalism routines you could build into this. It's a utility tool to make your routines.
I mean, we're huge Back to the Future fans, so we have like time machine, where this is a time machine. There's routines that we'll share in the Facebook group where it stops time. So just imagine that button stops time. So anytime the spectator presses it, whenever they want, time is stopped. So they can literally inspect the magic that you're doing, but you have the routine set up and you already have the finale. So they're not, you're one step ahead of them. And then David Jonathan in the Facebook group, when he gets his button, he's going to be sharing some insane things with like dealing cards down, and that guy's a genius. But yeah, anyways, so that's why I'm excited for everyone to get it. And I still can't believe it's under $100, Bo.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to sound like one of those when people come on and they're like salesmen, but we wanted it to be under $100 from day one because I want anyone to get it. I know Lloyd always says that, like, it's important for people to get some of his stuff and it be affordable. And we made it the most affordable that we possibly could without sacrificing like quality and stuff,
Yeah, that's it. And the fact is, like you said, there's so many brilliant minds putting their thoughts and ideas into this.
Yes.
It's just a masterclass on the button, really. That's what you also get with your money, which is insane. Now, I promised everyone a giveaway at the beginning of this episode, and I do. Sorry, we'll get back to this in a second. I'm aware that I promised people a giveaway. People are probably like, where's my giveaway? So we do have to do a giveaway. So at the beginning of the episode, I promised everyone this incredible bundle. But before we do today's giveaway, we need to find out who won last week's giveaway. Last week's bundle, I've said giveaway 87 times. So we need to find out who won it. Congratulations, champion. You're the winner. Which side? This side. You're the winner of last week's bundle. Congratulations, my friend. If you DM me on any of Murphy's socials, I'll get that prize straight out to you. So now on to this week's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the sensory bundle, all you need to do is comment in the comment section below. What sound would you do on the button? Would you do crickets like moi? Would you do fighting noises? Would you do sipping a Pepsi? What would you do? Comment it down in the comment section below. Then on next episodes of Stumped, I'll draw a name out at random and you'll be announced on that episode. So my friends, good luck. Also, if you haven't checked out last week's episode of Stumped, make sure you do. Card on screen right now. It's where I go over absolutely everything you need to know about this incredible piece of magic. All right, Chris, I do have a couple of last questions for you. This first one, the examinability of this device. I know people are going to ask about it. We've already had several people ask about it. The comment section is probably rife already with how examinable is this gimmick. Can you tell us a little bit about the examinability of the button?
Yeah, of course. So we wanted to make sure, because you cannot have anything happen with this if it's in the spectator's hand. It's basically out of your hands the entire time. So examinability is extremely important. So we put a lot of safety things in here to make sure nothing happens. We'll go over it in the tutorial, but I'll straight up show you here now. When you're taking the top off, one of the things I thought of is when people have something in their hand and they're doing something, maybe they're not using it at that point. One thing is that they might, twist it, right? People like to twist things. So there's extra rotations in there in case they do that. That was extremely important. But it's also extremely easy for you to take apart as the spectator, or you're not the spectator, you're the magician, as the magician. But the big thing here was making sure that was one of the things that we focused on. And when the switch happens. So after the switch happens, there's videos where Craig pushes them. And I asked Craig to do this. I said, push the stuff at the end towards them, right? Because I wanted them to pick it up. If you don't know what to do and how to activate the switch gimmick, it will not come undone unless someone's really trying to push things. Nobody should be picking it up and picking the card up, right? And trying to look for anything if the trick's done properly. But if you have one of those people, because we all have, they're not going to find anything. There's a special way to get the top off, and there's a special way to activate the gimmick for a reset. Super easy to do once you know how to do it. But what I'm saying is a spectator can come here and literally turn it over, smack it, do whatever they want. There's nothing that's going to come out of this. So yeah, that was important. So inspectable really from beginning to middle to end, because they're holding it, right, Bo? That's the most important.
That's it. That's because I know people are going to want to know that at the end, are they safe for a spectator to pick it up? Because of, not like you said, if you're a performer and you've done your routine correctly, your spectator's not going to want to examine it. But the fact that they can, and it sits on the table, they can inspect it, it's just, that's going to make so many more magicians at ease, because some magicians might be a little they might be in an environment, or they might have a pushy spectator, give them a bit of, confidence or self, like put their mind at ease that they can have it examined. It's just going to be so much better for a lot of magicians out there.
Especially if you're doing the switch where you're handing them, you take the button and you pull off the top, and then you hand them the base, right? And then they're going to be ending with it in their hand. Yeah. And, when people get excited, someone might look at it and kind of be like, huh, just to see what it is, right? So they really have to. There's 3 things you have to do to get it activated in succession. If you don't do them, it doesn't work. So that's inspectability.
Love it. Now, the last question, before we kind of sum everything up into a beautiful little package, I do want to talk about those angles. With a switch,
yes,
and with the routine itself, I know a lot of magicians are going to be wondering about this, because we talked about it being able to be performing table hopping. What are the angles like for everyone wondering at home?
Okay, so as far as the routines, the angles are just per routine. So if you're doing ACR, it's going to be the same angles, right, that you have ACR. A lot of the routines with Craig are very well thought out. How about this? So you need to do Mercury card fold. I know for magicians, there's some that still can't do it. It's extremely hard. Craig teaches a right in front of the spectator Mercury card fold that you literally anybody can do. So I did want to mention that. You can do the normal one. There's 3 different ones that he teaches. So maybe there's angles on one, but the one that he teaches, you do it right in front of them. You show them what you're doing. So that's on there. Routines that you come up with obviously will be your own, whatever those angles are. Everything's motivated, right? With Craig, when he's going into his pocket to get a marker, he might do this. He teaches all of that. As far as the switch angles, because there's so many switches, there's switches that are completely angle proof all the way around, just like with any switch. So you can have spectators on the side, on the back, completely covered. That's why Craig goes to his certain switches, is because they're, totally, nobody can see anything. Yeah. It'd be impossible for them to see. Literally at all angles, kids, adults, back, front. And then some of the other ones, you would probably have them like on a cone, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. just to be safe, because you don't want to do whatever. But I do teach how to kind of cover that if someone all of a sudden comes in over here and you want to do that exact switch. Point is, there's a ton of options for switching. And one thing I know, Bo, is people are going to come up with their own switches.
Yes.
Because this is a state-of-the-art engineered switch device. It's more than it looks. Even when you get it, there's a lot going on. If Ja was here, he'd say, oh, they're the airflow notches and the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, what? Seriously, for a switch, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, those are basically the angles. It's kind of a hard one, right? Because with some tricks, you have a trick and it does one thing, right? Like a key melting or something like that. This, you're adapting any routine to it. So,
So depending on the routine you're performing, you can perform this up to 360 degrees surrounded, depending on what routine you're doing. And if you do need to adapt and overcome so if you're performing and you go, okay, this is the switch I'm going to do, this is the routine I'm going to do, and like you said, someone comes into the side, as a performer, you can know that you can adapt, you can turn your body, you can just take a step back, include that person, get them to move around front, bit of audience management. You can also adapt to a different switch or a different kind of style or routine.
And the routines that Craig teaches, all those are 100% angle proof, because it's not, you know what I mean? Like it's like I said, ACR or like prediction things. He teaches you how to get all into the motivated thing about triumphs, really think about it. What's one of your favorite tricks, Bo, of magic tricks that's with cards? Or
mate, I was on a podcast the other day and I was saying that I love a torn and restored card. I want to invent one myself. So that's something I can't wait to do with this. I love a torn and restored
and that's card, it. Yeah, and you could do that, and you could put a corner of the card in the thing. You can do the in the switch that we shared earlier. I torn up the whole entire card. Once you get the button and the gimmick, you'll understand exactly what's going on. But yeah, you could sit there for an afternoon, come up with your own routine, whatever it is, and put it to the button. Because remember, the button is just that, like I talked about in the beginning, that awkward snap that you and the spectator do, or that we always say, like, if I wave a shadow, Michael and Mars says, wave the shadow over the, whatever it is. I feel like Michael and Mars is the only one that does that and gets away with it, because he's so sweet. But anyways, the button is the power of the magic for them. It's at their fingertips, man. Right? That's so cool. Like
it is. It's putting the magic in their hands, literally. With that audio sensory device, it's beautiful. I know you're a busy man, so I kind of, because you got probably a lot of packing to do over there at Alakazam.
Yes.
So I want to, if there's anything else you kind of want to wrap this up and let anyone else know about that I might not have asked, or you might have thought of a question that people go, hang on, someone's going to ask this. Is there anything you kind of want to let everyone know about? Give me the elevator pitch. Give me any last thoughts that you want to let everyone watching at home know about.
Basically, I put the last 2 years of my life into this thing. Ja will tell you how much involved I was, how much I want up till this moment, an hour ago. I'm still sending him like notes for like the tutorial to like add this, change this, put some text here and this, because I want it to be perfect. I really look at this as a gift that I've been wrapping, and I want everyone to open it and be excited for it. It really means the world to me to have this out there. It's my dream trick. James Keatley asked me one time, what is your dream trick? And I said, a magic button that makes the magic happen. And Yeah, I think we nailed it.
Man, you nailed it. I love it so much. I can't wait to play with mine and get out performing it. So thank you so much for creating this, my friend. I really do appreciate it. And if anyone has any questions on the button, I know this is going up. So we've recorded this on a Monday. It's going up on Tuesday. So if you've got any questions, please throw them down in the comment section below. I know Chris will be checking out the comment section and answering any other further questions you have on the button. But I really do appreciate it. Again, Chris, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today, my friend. You have enjoyed the rest of your day, and thank you again for the button, my friend. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And join the Facebook group.
Join the Facebook group. That'll be linked down in the comments or the description below. So I appreciate it. We'll see you there. We'll see you on the Facebook group to discuss.
It's so fun. It's so fun getting ideas already. Everyone's messaging me with their ideas of like, let's do this. Let's do, like, I'm going to adapt it to this. And I love hearing it. So I want to see those. I want to see all of them. I don't care if there's 1,000 of them. Let me see that.
All right. That's everyone's challenge now. Bombard Chris with 1,000 ideas. And
yes,
I can't wait to read them either.
I feel like this is my child and I'm dropping him off at school. That's what I feel like. And other creators said they feel the same thing when they release something that they care about, And
it's also good. I like giving it to to other magicians to see how they raise your baby and what they do with your baby.
Yes. Yeah. Are they going to give it an ugly haircut? Are they going to give it a nice haircut? I'm just kidding.
Are they going to put it in the drawer?
Yeah. No drawer.
No drawers.
That's the other thing. And I want this thing out because that's one more thing. I've had this out on my table for 2 years. It is a great conversation piece when you walk in and have this on your coffee table.
Yeah,
and
I
just
can
ready to
imagine
go.
going into someone's house and having that sit on their coffee table. There's so many cool pieces of magic that I have sitting around my lounge room for those exact moments of like a weird breaking reality moment. So people expect that.
And that reminded me of, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, people expect that as a magician to go into your house and see something cool.
So one thing I didn't talk about that I think would be real quick before we end is battery life. Very important, right? You don't want to be worrying about having to charge this thing every hour and do whatever. Super long standby battery life. Insane long. If you have it on standby, it's like 7 or 8 days, I think. That's on, but off. You'll know what I mean if you get it. And then on mode is like 24 to 36 hours. And then just the battery holds a charge for months if you have it off. So Ja wanted me to mention that because battery life is important with these things.
I actually had that written down and I got so sidetracked about the audio and the different tracks you could have on there and the length. So thank you. Because I literally was like, oh, that was on my notes. So thank you for bringing that back up. That's crazy. That's good to know. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Chris. You've been an absolute treat today and telling everyone everything they need to know about the button. So I appreciate it so much, my friend.
Yeah. And Craig's going to be coming out with an exposed thing that he normally does. So be ready for that as well.
Oh, baby. It's going to be a good couple of days, my friend. Thank you again and enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you in the Facebook group.
That was our 5th ending. Bye.
Bye. Whoa, what's that? Oh, you should definitely check out that. Oh, there's so much good magic in there. You won't regret it. Hey, look at this bad boy. You should definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe, then watch that. Oh, it's a good day to treat yourself.